Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Today, we're not working on the C20, we're upgrading the air compressor system in the garage. So, you guys probably don't know, but I've got a DeWalt 15-gallon compressor up here. It's one of their nicer oilless compressors. This lives up in the attic of the garage, along with some drums. It does rest at 220 psi, so it acts like a 30-gallon compressor, or at least 25. But I do want to add a little extra capacity. So what I've got are a set of extra tanks that we're going to plumb in line. So they won't be sitting at the main pressure, but they will be sitting at whatever I set the regulator to, usually about 100, 110. And we're going to mount those up and tee them in. And then I've got the compressor going up from there into the hose reel. This is a 50-foot hose reel. It lets me get anywhere in the garage as well as out in the driveway to air up tires. And I've put a quick connect fitting on there. That way I can take it out nice and easy, and that's what we're going to tee into. And these are the two air tanks I got. Picked them up off Facebook Marketplace for a steal. I think I got them both for 20 bucks, plus some other stuff. And what we're going to do is I got some fittings. We are going to basically plug this one into a barb with a hose, into this one with a T fitting, and then off to a gauge and a ball valve, and then up to the compressor. And I'm kind of debating on where to put them. I thought about just putting them upstairs next to the compressor, but I also might want to just mount them up to the ceiling right here if I can. And so to do that, we've got a couple parts off Amazon and a couple parts off of Harbor Freight. Alright, so here's what we got. I got a section of air hose. This is one of those kind of generic bits at Harbor Freight for just a little bit of hose. It should be about 8 feet, which is more than we need. And then I've got various fittings, and I definitely have the wrong ones. But basically what we're going to do is I'm going to take a couple adapters, get this guy to thread into there. Then we're going to have a T from this guy off to my ball valve, and then just past this ball valve is, well, really on either side of this, I haven't decided yet, is going to be a, a gauge. That way we can see how much pressure we've got. So, yeah, basically going to get started. I probably don't actually have all the parts I need, so I'm going to probably have to make a run to the hardware store, but hopefully I'll be able to at least get this thing started. Big thing I hate when people do is tear their Teflon tape, because then the edge gets all nasty. Just use a knife or a pair of scissors. But that's going to go in there. And as I'm tightening it down on one, they'll all kind of tighten. One other important thing when if you're going to do this and you're mounting it, make sure you angle it so that these guys are facing down. Otherwise, you're going to end up collecting moisture and you're going to have a bad day. Because you really don't want your tanks to rot out. The other thing about this that I'm doing is I'm putting a ball valve in there. The reason being is that in general you probably don't want to run too much extra volume in your tank because it's going to make the compressor work harder. To keep that topped up, it'll have to run longer. So if I have a valve where I can disengage this, that should make everything a little bit better. So that way I only have this attached when I actually need that extra volume. So like when I'm painting or running big air tools. But if I'm doing normal inflation stuff like airing up tires, I don't need the extra volume. And then the other thing with these, you don't need to make them super duper tight. The Teflon tape does a good job as well, and you can just mostly rely on that. Alright, that seems pretty good. So now we've got to attach our T-fitting to here. I'm going to cut this probably about here or so, and then we'll plumb them together. Oh, and one other trick, if you're looking for something good, a good set of cutters for hose and stuff like this, kind of like garden pruners work excellent. So I'm a big fan of using those guys. Get that last little bit. And will this even fit on the barb that I got, or is this barb too big? The barb's too big. Oh well. So yeah, I'm going to definitely have to run out to the store. I might be able to use this T-fitting. We'll get some different barbs. Yeah, definitely definitely gonna mean a run to the store. All right, so still have to go to the store and get those barbs, but this is gonna be what I'm gonna do up near the hose reel. So right now I've got the quick connect on the hose reel that just plugs right in. This is gonna go in line, so compressor is gonna plug into this. This is gonna go into the hose reel. Then I'm gonna be able to read the pressure in the tank. And that's important because I don't always have the compressor running just because I don't use it all the time, and I'd hate to have it just keep cycling for weeks at a time if I'm not going to use it. So I usually leave it off, and it usually gets turned on about once a week. So that way I'll be able to see how much is kind of left in the tank at an access point that's not, up in the attic. Then I've got a ball valve. That guy would just open up. It's going to route all the way up to where these tanks are going to live. And then I'm going to get a barb for this end and a barb for this end so that this guy can plug into there and this guy can plug into there. So I'm going to go to the store, get those valves, and then we'll hook it up and see how it works. Alright, so I picked up the barbs. All I gotta do is thread them into there with some Teflon tape, and then we can reassemble this. There we all hooked up here. Double hose clamped just in case. And these take 5/8 inch hose clamps. That's the closest best size if you're using this hose from Harbor Freight. And so all I gotta do now is just plug her in at the bottom and pressurize her. So there we go. I gotta obviously turn the compressor on. I've got about 70 pounds in there, so once I do that, we should be good to go. We got about 100 and a bit in the main tank. Now let's flip it. And hope for no leaks. And the compressor kicks on, that way it fills that tank. And yeah, we should be good to go. Alright, well that's going to be it for today. I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching. Cool.